Here we go. Let's take a look, take a look, take a look, take a look. Anybody joining? Feel free, anybody to join. Let's get this show on the road.
Well, let me roll up to the sidewalk
and take a look here, see. Oh!
Wow.
She's beautiful, man. I'm talking about a Yankee Rose. She looks wild. Speaking of wild, James, Black, and Toria are both on the stream.
Fantastic.
Wild! Good fucking morning to all you guys. This is my breakfast. Bottle of JMO. Who's here? It's not a semen in it. It totally is. And Gemini. Look at us. We got half a python here. The important half, that is. What's going on, guys? Alright. So today we're going to be going over these beautiful babies. I got some new heads from Attack Drumheads. Mike, you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to reskin my kit today, and I'm going to kind of go through everything, give you my first impressions, you know, all the tuning ranges and all that fun shit. But I mean, let's start with the 10-inch. I think 10 inches is usually a good good place to start. So let's de-rack this thing. All right. That is the wrong screw. There we go. Alright, so I'm working with what is that, 10 by... Yep, that's a 10 by 7 rack tom. So anybody who's here... Liam, what's up, buddy? So, we got a 10 by 7 rack tom. We got a brand new, clear 2-ply Attack. I think it's a ToneRidge 2. It's a ToneRidge 2 drum head. So that's what we're going to start with today. I've never used Attack Drumheads. I've heard a lot of damn good things about them. I've been using the stock Evans G1s, I think, since I got this kit. So it's well and truly fucking time. What the hell, you motherfuckers? Record of the band that plays it with good, Jesus. What's up, Gabe? How you doing, buddy? So, yeah, let's take a look at this new Attack head, huh? So let's take a look before I unscrew everything here. So the cool thing, the reason it's called a ToneRidge, check this out. So it's a crimped, sort of pressed-in ridge in the middle of, well, about an inch from the inner ply. Gabe, I'm not playing quite yet. I'm reskinning my head right now, or all my drums, and I'm going to be playing tonight at the chance. I'm going to try and live stream, get some good videos of that tonight. So, yeah, so we got the Attack head. It's got this nice, interesting ridge. It's supposed to help in the same way, like if you're familiar with like the Remo pinstripe type deal, that's kind of what it does, except without the actual stripe itself. So we're gonna try and tune this fucker up because it has been way too long since I have swapped out heads on this. Actually, this is the first time I've swapped out heads. Who else is here? Gabe, talking about the sound. So, it's gonna have a sort of like pre-EQ'd sound. I don't like a lot of overtones in my drum heads. If you're familiar with Megadeth's Cryptic Writings album, the song Trust, like the first like 10 seconds, if you listen to that song, you'll kind of get exactly what I'm going for. Very EQ'd, very warm, very full, a very prominent tone. Not a lot of overtones, actually no overtones. A lot of punch, a lot of darkness, a lot of power, and that's kind of what we're going for, which is why I'm going with the 2-ply head instead of the G1s I've been working with. So let's take this. I didn't think about where I'm going to fucking put this, so hold on. Alright. So I'm going to take a look at how much I fuck these drums. And yes, I do. Look how absolutely destroyed these motherfuckers are. No denting, which is good. Just a lot of wear and tear. So, means I'm hitting it at the correct angle. Lauren, I miss you. How you been? I haven't heard from you in a hot fucking minute. Alright, so we're going to start. A lot of people like to seat their drum heads. So, seating, if you're not familiar with the term, you put the drum head on the drum, and then before you actually tune it up, you press in the center with your fist. I don't like to do that. because I don't like to, if I'm going to tune it up, I want it to stay at that tuning. I don't want it to kind of detune on me. And I know that's sort of what it's supposed to avoid, but in my experience, it just kind of... I mean, there's no point in tuning it up higher than it's supposed to be tuned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, it's going to settle a little bit, but it's always going to settle. And then retuning is better than just letting it do its own natural thing, because then you have a lot more control over where the sound goes. And now the nice thing for me is I don't like tuning my rack toms up super high. I try and keep them low. I know I am using a fucking 10x7, so it's a pretty small drum to try and do that, but I've gotten some really good tones out of this tiny little fucking drum, which is really nice. So I can usually keep it in like a, you know, a 12-inch drum pitch range, which is really, really nice. These drums are D-Drum. They're maple. They're their flagship Dios line. For frame of reference, Vinnie Paul of Pantera and later Hell Yeah, he uses these drums, as does Kent Dimmel of In This Moment, and one of the touring drummers for Megadeth. Actually, most of the touring drummers for Megadeth have been using these drums as well. So they're big, fat rock drum sounds. Who else is here? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Mike, you're the opposite. You always break the glue. Fuck you, Mike. Actually, speaking of glue, since we're kind of talking about it right now, these heads aren't actually glued in. I'll show it when I open up the next one, but they have a mechanical crimp, which means they're literally just folded and pressed into place around, it's a metal, like, what is it, like a millimeter thick wire, maybe 2 millimeter thick wire, and then it's crimped around and seated under the plastic rim. I don't know how it's going to change the sound. I'm about to find out, but we're going to try tuning this up for a little bit. By the way, Mike, if you're not using 2 drum heads to tune up your drums, you're a fucking scamp. Any drummer who doesn't use more than one drum key to tune up a head is not a professional. All right, so after 2, I would say half turns, let's see what we're rocking with right now. As you can hear, there's no overtones on that top head, but, or at least on the top head alone, but I am getting a little bit of overtones in the drum itself. Indicates to me that I think the Reso needs to come down a little bit, because I like the actual note itself. So we're gonna pull down the Reso, try and kill. That's the resonance. Mike, what the fuck are you saying? You use 3 keys. Consider me impressed. You fold it up in your cock? Is that what you do? Because well, now I guess I know you're uncircumcised. Getting a lot of buzz. Where's that buzz coming from? Let's try going up a little bit further with the batter and see what happens. Try pulling down the Reso a little bit more, see what happens. I'm also going to try and fine tune it right quick. Is that Rami? What's up, buddy? Who else is here? Mike Gemini requested to be in my live. Yeah, you're fucking right, buddy. I am not letting you pirate this live stream because I don't need you showing off your uncircumcised cock on my fucking stream. Thank you very much. Who else is here? Who else is here? Sin Satan, how you doing? Good to see you again. Who else is here? I can't even see. Hey, Jade, I totally didn't even see you sneak in. Poor connection, alright. Sammy, how you doing? Whole thing down. So far, I am, I mean, I like the punch I'm getting out of it. I like the attack, you know, hence the name. But I am not a big fan of the Reso I'm getting right now. It's very fuzzy. It sounds like it's clipping almost. It sounds better as I tune down the Reso, so I'm going to try loosening it up a bit further. Who else is here? James Black. You still here? He probably left. You know, Mike, I totally didn't even know people could, like, request to be part of other live streams. That'd be a lot of fun if we could get, like, ooh, before the show on the 11th, if we can get all the drummers from all the bands all together to do a live stream and just absolutely fuck off as we're tuning up our drums. That'd be a lot of fun. Who else is here? Hey, hello. It's getting a little bit better. I'm still seeing some wrinkles around the top head. So I think I actually do need to bring up the batter a little bit further. Let's take a quick look. Definitely need to bring up that batter a little bit further. Mike, what are you thinking so far? Mr. Gemini, are you thinking this is a good tom sound, bad tom sound? You think it has potential? Because I'm curious. Fuck yes, dude, let's go do it. Yeah. Okay, so that'll be a set thing for the show on the 11th. We all gotta find a spot. I don't know, somewhere in the middle of the road and just like sit down and have a bagel or something. Because apparently that's a theme on my live streams. There we go, we're getting closer. Still getting a lot of buzz. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. I'm curious to see if the same thing happens on my 12, 14, and 16s. So maybe we'll table this for now and let it kind of stretch out. That way I can start tuning it to the intervals. So all right, we're gonna set this 10-inch off to the side for now. And what do you think? Should we go for the 12 tom, or should we go right for the snare? What are you guys thinking? Anybody? Mike, Julie, and Jade are having a blast in there somewhere. So anybody going once, going twice? I'm gonna flip my lucky coin if nobody responds. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? This snare is a very special piece. So this is, where's the fucking badge? Where's the badge? Where's the badge? Where's the badge? There it is. So this is a Mike Portnoy. It's a Mike Portnoy signature snare. A little bit about this. It's a Tama. It's a custom piece. Obviously, it's his signature. It's his custom piece. But I couldn't find a place to buy this for the longest time. Like drums often aren't sold by retail. They're usually sent in as orders and then completed as commissions. So the thing about buying this snare is it took me a solid couple of weeks to find a retailer who could even put in the order. And then after that, I ordered it in November and didn't get it until April because they had to build it from scratch for me. I spent, I want to say like $500 on this snare, and I absolutely love it. It's hand-hammered steel, die-cast hoops, and actually before I take this head off, I had been using the Evans Heavyweight, which up until now has been my absolute favorite snare drum head ever. Like, I've tried Emperors, I've tried Coated, I've tried Pinstripes, I've tried G2s, I've tried controlled sound, I've tried ambassadors. Like, I've tried just about everything you can think of. I'm pretty sure there's a G2 on my other snare right now. And this by far has blown everything else out of the water. I don't know if it's the snare itself or the snare head or the combination of both, but this fucking thing cracks, man. Like, I have never heard a louder snare ever in my life. So with Attack, I was hard pressed to try and find something that would match that energy. I had to really kind of sit down and take a look at what they offered, and what I found is what they call the, what do they call it? I think they also call it, like, heavyweight or something like that. They call it something very similar, and it's built the same way. It's two plies of, or sorry, it's two plies of 7mm. I'm not entirely sure. The difference is this one has a top dot, whereas the heavyweight, the Evans heavyweight, has a reverse dot. So I gotta say, yeah, the BlastBeat is what they call it. So this is the Super BlastBeat, and she's pretty, man. I'll tell you that. That is a pretty. Oh yeah, here, Mike. While you're here, you can kind of see the mechanical crimping where it's, like I said, it's not glued in. It's all just folded right over. I don't even think you can see the rod. Jade, I am using all my new cymbals. So I'm currently using my my 4 new Minels, and then I've got my older 2 Sabians that I'm still working through with right now until I get those replaced. But this is going to take a hot set to get this head off. I gotta be careful because I don't want to warp the die-cast hoop. There we go. Still not even finger tight. I have this thing tuned up so high that the hoop is actually all the way almost down to the lugs themselves. If that gives you any sort of indication about how I like my snare tuned, or at least how this head likes to be tuned on this drum. So also, it'd be nice not to have stick shavings all up in my my snare biz for a change. It's been a minute. God, I forgot how shallow these fucking screws are, dude. I can't even get my thumbs in there. I got fucking fat thumbs. Yeah. So they are finger loose, but I literally have to keep going with drum keys just to get them out. Oh, I didn't get the red dot head? No, I didn't get the red dot head. It was too thin. It would not have held up. Maybe, okay, I take that back. It probably would have held up, but I knew I liked the sound of the 2-ply, and I'm pretty sure that's a single ply. So I want a little bit more beef to, I say as I'm a vegetarian, a little bit more beef to my snare drum sound. There we go, we're getting loose now. No, I went with the pure white. I know, really is the whitest state in the fucking union. Yeah, fucking shiny, shiny, shiny. I'm actually really excited to test this out. I'm curious to see how the top dot affects the sound in comparison to the reverse dot. Because I don't think I've ever, I don't know if I've ever actually used a top dot. I don't think I have. I've used a lot of reverse dot snare drums, including this one. In fact, I actually looked at trying to find the dot like sticker itself, so I could slap it on this one. Poor connection keeps cutting through, but I mean, this top dot, it's really nice change of pace, because I know a lot of top dots are just very like, they're like the Danmar bass drum patches. They're just so over present, and they really change the entire over here, because I have one over here, but I haven't used it because I like the more natural sound of my bass drum. So I don't know. I'm curious to hear how top that sounds. On the bright side, this should be a lot easier to tune. Hopefully, it's a lot easier to tune than my 10-inch. All right, let's take a look. You want to talk about the signature palette? Well, we've got everything here. Shane, what's going on, buddy? Look how... Bro, if my connection fails one more time, I'm going to hurt something. But look how beautiful the inside of the snare drum is. You got the signature in there. That is just a piece of art, man. So beautiful. All right. And for frame of reference, here's this. Mike, you heading out? Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, I'll FaceTime you after the show. I might even, try and FaceTime you before the show, depending on what kind of time I got. But peace out, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. For everybody else, look how utterly destroyed this snare drum is. You can see I've actually, right here, I've actually worn through the top coating. And then here's the reverse dot I was telling you guys about. So definitely more present than the one on the Attack head that I'm about to try out, but then again, I'm not playing that side, so who really fucking cares? But that's another dead head, so throw that over there. What kind of time we got? 12:58. All right, not doing too bad. All right, how do I want to align this? Let's do that right about. This one very far away. Maybe I'm gonna move a little bit closer. More worn than my will to live? Yeah, me too. That's why most of my heads are broke. Alright. I know my connection is really bad, so I apologize to you guys. But, one interesting thing about this drum, I don't know if you can see, but you guys can hear me right now, but every time I pause, it's because my connection shuts out. So I may have to call this stream quits now, which is really frustrating. But, the lugs here on the side of the drums, they're actually slightly misaligned. And originally I wasn't sure quite why that was, and then I realized it's because Tama likes their big fan show on the March 11th. The show on March 11th is free. It is at a bar called Lot 13 in Bayonne, New Jersey. There are no tickets, provided you are old enough to drink, as far as I know. I don't know how strict bouncers are out front, but I'm just going to go on record and say I'm assuming you have to be 21. The stage itself is all the way out back. So once you walk into the bar through the front doors, you're going to see a second set of doors. It's going to be glass doors, like after the bar itself, which would be on your left. You walk straight through, and the stage is all the way out back. There's a little patio off to the left for smoking, and then the door on the right exits right out to the street. So, yeah. Bring your friends. No charge to you guys. We'll be selling shirts and stuff like that. But, yeah. I don't even know who's still here. Who's still here? My connection keeps dying. I may have to just fucking split off here. But, see if I can get this one tuned up at least a little bit. How's it going? Everybody who's just joining now. You're trying to get these damn things finger tight takes forever. At least it's not DW. For those of you unfamiliar with the drum world, DW drums, they have their true pitch lugs and tuners. They're tuning screws, and what that means is the threading is doubly thin, which means it takes twice as long to actually tune anything. Supposedly it's to get like the most accurate. My connection just died again. All right, I'm gonna split off, guys. I'm just eating up internet at this point. Thanks for joining, and I'm gonna try and live stream again tonight from the chance before the show for the sound check. For whatever, just kind of fucking around. So, if you guys are here, I'll see you tonight. Peace out.